EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go from Cleveland. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers. His first as the Steelers quarterback.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender. I think this is something that we can expect the rest of the day here, Mike, in the passing game. They love getting the running back involved early. And I think until the defense shows they got a plan to take him away, expect them to continue to find ways to get him involved in the passing game.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. That's taken in, and he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
I'm not sure there was a more heralded player at the quarterback position, Mike, regardless of where they were drafted, than Shedeur Sanders coming out of Colorado. I mean, he was the story of the year, him in prime. Now the question is, can he bring that efficiency and explosiveness that we saw on Saturdays? Can he find that groove and rhythm in the NFL? And I think all the talent is there. How does he adapt to the NFL game? How does he adapt to being the face of an NFL franchise? I think if he can manage all of those things, I think on the field, he has all the talent you need to be successful at quarterback in the NFL.
From the 29, here's second down and a yard. Sanders now off the bootleg. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, he's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up third and long.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. From the gun, it's Shedeur. Oh, got him again the second time. with a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played, and, man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
So on fourth down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez, to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Steelers offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Rodgers. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That's the 4-time All-Pro Myles Garrett in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Ronnie Hickman.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Browns offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Sanders. Back to the undrafted rookie, Isaiah Bond. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here comes the rookie, Quinshon Judkins. And not dodge there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be third. They need one. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Judkins. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
That's good for a Browns.
And everyone in the stadium knew where the ball was going, and it didn't matter. And we see so often these third and fourth and short situations. There's such good opportunities to generate chunk plays, Mike, because you think how many bodies are up at or near the line of scrimmage, and it's exactly the case here.
And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He's got it at the 7, and he will get into the end zone. Jerry Jeudy, touchdown Browns.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now the try for an extra point. It's up and through. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. This unit hasn't been at their best early on. Punt followed by an interception on their first 2 drives. They'll run here with Gainwell. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Now Warren. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact, incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
On third down, Rodgers. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a
gain there of 21. That's a Steeler first down.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Oh, and some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Here's second and 4 from the 24. To throw is Rodgers. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Alex Highsmith. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the first quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the second?
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Here's Sanders to throw. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. The All-Pro Cameron Hayward getting in for the sack, and now it's going to be third and a mile.
What an unbelievable performance by this pass rush to start this game. And then on the flip side of things, I'm not sure if things could get any worse for this offensive line. I mean, they've got to figure something out, and they've got to do it in a hurry because they are completely outmatched right now at the moment.
Not fun here. Third and a lot. Now it's Sanders. Oh, a loose football. And one of the Browns is in there, and yes, Cleveland able to retain possession. We are through one. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. He'll punt for the second time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. He cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Isaiah McGuire up for the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Rodgers to throw. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Steelers.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Rodgers. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And, yes, that'll get it. 1st down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Rodgers. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Myles Garrett getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
3rd and a long way to go. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 2. They run it once more with Judkins. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Sanders on 3rd down. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Cleveland.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
As Shedeur on 1st down, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's Judkins. Tough running there in the race, but he did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The PAT, up and good. And the Browns move out on top, 14-0.
Steelers, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Rodgers. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Warren trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Gainwell is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Steelers 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Shedeur. That's caught down the field is Tillman. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Alex Highsmith in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
To throw is Sanders. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side.
Complete to number 3, Jerry Judy. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Sanders. Open man, and that's Tillman. Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this 1st half.
4th down.
On comes the punter now as he is on to punt for Cleveland. The Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
On the play. And a Steeler 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now. He'll get this to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. The third quarter begins with a run. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Sanders. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
And now you need 2 hands to count how many sacks they've recorded in this one, Mike. I mean, they have been relentless throughout the game, and they get another big stop here.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Steelers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Here's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Now Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. 17 yards on that play. That's a Steeler first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
First and 10. Here comes the jet sweep. And he's going to get upended right at the line of scrimmage. And he's picked up and thrown down.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal. Throwing, Rodgers. He's got a man. It's Metcalf. And the defense trying to tighten down here. They're going to hold him to a gain of 3. And that's going to set up third and goal. To throw is Rodgers. That is caught by the tight end. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a loss of 2.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now it's Sanders. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
On 3rd and 1, it's Sanders. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Browns first down.
For a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
At his 48-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
From a couple of yards shy of midfield, here's second and 8. Judkins going to get it on the zone read, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Sanders to throw. That's caught. It's Dylan Sampson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard
Offensively,
line.
landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
They bring Judy in motion. Again, it's Judkins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
On third down, Sanders. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Now, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
Kevin Stefanski going to turn to his field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards away. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Browns move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. A run with Gainwell. Into the secondary, past the 40. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
19 yards.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A-Rod now to throw on first down. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Steeler first down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Once again, it's Warren. And he'll work forward for a yard, but that's all he needed. This is going to be a first down.
That's another Steelers first down. A gain of a yard. First down, Pittsburgh.
A carry here for Warren. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
First and 10.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he'll get about 5.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Here comes second and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll be third down.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always good.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
He finds Judy on that one. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball
In trouble, and down he goes.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his teams get possession of the football. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, Rodgers. This one complete to Hayward. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
A run up the middle with Warren. And he's going to have the 1st down yard. Across the 50 to the 48.
A 7-yard gain.
Can't imagine it's very fun tackling a guy like this, Mike, when he gets a full head of steam. Great vision, the physicality to finish the run through contact. And I think defensively, they're just happy they were able to get him on the ground.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Complete to Calvin Austin. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers. He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll run the draw with Warren. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the gun, Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Now it's Gainwell. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here is second and 7. Gainwell. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Here's first down. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
On second down, Sanders. One of the Steelers has it.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're ready, you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind. And let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory. And after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
The Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll talk things over before third down. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, it's Sanders. This pass caught by Judy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Right over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
So here comes third and 5. Throwing again is Sanders. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Joey Porter Jr.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have a Browns first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Sanders going to throw again. Open man, and that's Tillman. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And the rush gets there. Down he goes. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.